Starts. Hey, what's up, guys? Me, Gabe here from Gabe Studios. Again, here with another live interview stream. Yes, I know it's another one of those. I got something coming up. It's not Project Mechagodzilla because, due to reasons I'll talk about in another video, it's delayed for a bit. So I got stop motion coming up, but we're not getting it today. Anyways, I'm here with a friend of mine, and we're going to be interviewing PacificGoji94.
And hola, ¿qué pasa?
This dude. So, how was your day, Pacific?
It was good. It was good. I've had a pretty good day so far. Busy, but pretty good. I won't lie. Also, a little introduction here. Hi, my name is PacificGoji94. I barely make videos anymore. That's as much as you should know. I used to make videos a lot, and then real life. So now my channel is pretty much unboxing videos until I have more free time. But
yeah, I can see.
My day was good.
It's a box thing 2 years ago, then not long afterwards, SH Monster, it's Shin Godzilla 4th form. Batra, Mothra, GMK, Burning, 2019 events, whatever. Double NECA, wow. Okay. But alrighty, so if you want to see his videos, click the link in the description below. He's got almost 7K. Let's try to get him that by tonight. Well, I don't think that's possible, but like, let's just try to get him some support now. Hold on, I gotta tag this that we're live right now, so we can get some viewers on this.
I mean, yeah, I used to do tons of different types of videos. I mean, I used to do like theory videos, tribute videos, video game history videos.
I still haven't watched
what if videos. What?
Yeah, like
keep cutting out for me.
A lot of people from my group chat have been saying that I kept bringing up your
1 second.
Oh, really?
Okay, talk now.
Oh, okay. Hello,
okay,
hello,
you
hello.
sound better. All right, you're good. You
okay,
just kept cutting out for me. I had headphones on. I took them off.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, there was this one video that everybody from the chat kept talking about, which was what if Mechagodzilla was and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, which I still have yet to watch that actually.
You gotta watch it. It's pretty. It was one I don't honestly I don't remember how I made it, but I remember I enjoyed making it when I did. Like my favorite theory video of mine I've made though would probably be either that one or what if Dr. Serizawa's notes never burned. Those two would probably be my favorite ones I made.
Ooh, if they never burn, the whole fucking world will be in danger.
Well, because I literally played out the whole Godzilla series and how events would change if the notes for the Oxygen Destroyer were still around, and how things could change. I don't know if Shin Godzilla was out by then when I made that, but if I made that today, you know, Shin Godzilla, a segment with that would have been very interesting. But that also assumes that it all follows the same continuity, which it doesn't.
I see, but I do know a theory video if I can recommend one that you should do.
What's that?
What if the first Godzilla, the 54 Godzilla, never died?
Well, I think Raids Again would be different. I think Raids Again would, considering it's supposed to be a sequel, since you have a new Godzilla, then Anguirus still exists, so kind of be a 3 versus battle instead. And then it would kind of be just comparing the stats of 1955 to 1954, which, I mean, that deals in more power scaling. I honestly don't remember, because they don't have a ton of feet. I know 54 is not that strong. 55 isn't either, but it's kind of... It basically, to cut it short, it'd be a lot of power scaling on which one of those would be. Anguirus would not win anything, real quick. But it'd be power scaling on who would win between 54 55, which honestly, they're pretty even considering the time period they came from. But it could be interesting.
Yeah, so let's leave the power scaling to like spooky pitching and then. So let's start off with these questions. So, how'd you get into Godzilla?
Oh boy. So I got into Godzilla back in I want to say like 2004-ish, 2005 maybe. Um, my grandmother at the time, or not at the time, I don't know why I was about to say at the time. My grandmother showed me Godzilla 1998, and at the time I was, a little kid. I was obsessed with dinosaurs, as a lot of younger children are. And 98 was such a cool film to me because it was like, you have this big dinosaur. And eventually when I went to New York at this one point, a cousin of mine had other Godzilla things, the Toho films. And I'm like, what are these? And that's when I started to find out that the 98 movie was not the only thing to do with Godzilla. There's a whole another world of Godzilla that I have to check out. So I rented on Netflix it was a double feature, just Godzilla vs. Destroyer and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. And I remember I thought Space Godzilla looked interesting when I saw the picture, like the artwork, but I thought the name was stupid, which is funny that because a lot of people go and say Space Godzilla is a stupid name. I thought the same thing back in like 2005, 2006 or something. But I watched it, instantly fell in love with Space Godzilla, and that's why he's my favorite monster now. Next to probably Point King Ghidorah. He's a really good antagonist. But long story short, my grandma, then my cousin got me into the Japanese side. I did more research, watched new films, Final Wars 2000, Tokyo SOS. And it actually took me a very long time to watch every Godzilla film. As recent as 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, me and a couple of friends all did a huge Godzilla-thon where I actually saw every Godzilla film. Like 1984, I never saw it. A lot of the Showa films I never saw. I ended up seeing them. But
And
84 is boring. No one will tell me otherwise. 84 is a boring film.
I understand that, yeah. Say for Godzilla vs. Biollante. Like, I know there's a lot of things up there, but with that movie, but like, it's just boring. The human plot's not that interesting.
What, Biollante?
Well, the movie itself.
No, I'm saying the Biollante movie, you're saying?
Yeah.
You were the first person to agree with me on that. Because everyone I've told, I always say, I don't really like the Biollante movie that much. I really don't care for the film that much. Everyone goes, what? How could you? Biollante is such a good film. And it's like, I just don't like it. I don't. It bored me. It wasn't exactly like the worst film ever, but it just wasn't that interesting to me.
I fell asleep watching most of it till the fight scene.
Which the fight scenes are kind of short, honestly. But I mean, the point is though, like I got into Godzilla at a younger age from the '98 film, which a lot of people have a lot of hatred for that film. A lot less than it used to be, because people used to hate '98 because of the whole "it's not Godzilla." But since I grew up with it, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. And Zilla's one of my favorite monsters because of that, even if he's not exactly like the most powerful or anything.
I see. Oh, we got some viewers in here. Hey, Rado, says Wario. Oh, I went to say hello. What up, Rado? Gyro, the crazy kaiju here. Wow, okay, we got the crazy
Gyro
kaiju here.
Productions, hello. I can't speak. Rado or Rado? I'm gonna assume Rado.
Yep, you're
Rado
right.
E.
Yeah, Rado, Goji.
Pacific.
Yeah. This is Pacific Goji's interview, so ask some questions in the comment section.
Ask me anything you want to know about, well, me.
Yes. Or recommend him some theory videos that he could do. Because I still haven't watched them.
Don't do that.
Alright, why not?
Maybe when I have like a break from schooling, I'll do some. Because I've been thinking of getting back into videos. Because like I've been making the unboxings, and it's been funny enough. Actually, I'm gonna promote something real quick. On Monday, me and a friend of mine named Spooky are gonna be doing a live stream, and we're gonna be talking about, funny enough, something that Gyro inspired, a power scaling of Shin Godzilla. And we're going to be talking about how powerful Shin Godzilla really is, feats that he has, debunking a lot of things about people misunderstanding Shin Godzilla, including the Shin versus Eva section that a lot of people are mentioning. We have a whole big freaking I don't want to say script, but a huge note thing of a bunch of things that we're going to talk about. So that should be on Monday. Should be, unless something comes up.
So pretty much you have a list.
Yeah, a bunch of different topics of stuff. And it'll be like we're talking about it. We might have another person in it too, if he can come. And people can ask questions in the chat, that kind of thing.
Alright, that sounds
It'll be
good.
pretty interesting.
I'll show up for that. Hey, Jared, maybe you might want to show up for that. After all, you're the inspiration for me, after what he just said.
Oh, no. He said the thing to me is this.
Let me see what he
Save
said.
your comment for the live stream that we will eventually have.
Yes,
I don't want to get into Shin power scaling in this. This is a questionnaire.
No, Barrow. Well, save it for his stream. This is about the interview with him. Don't bring this on my stuff.
Ask
me
why I think Shin isn't that good. It's a joke.
I mean, that does count the question. After all, it is your life. So, what is that noise?
I don't know. I get it too.
Okay, but anyways, you get it when?
I was gonna say when you talk for me, it appears. I've just been ignoring it. I don't know why it had that. It had that the last time I was in one of these. I just ignore it though.
Hold on, maybe if I take off my AirPods, maybe this will fix things up. Is it better now?
1,000 times better. I don't hear it anymore. Do you?
Nope. Never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't hear it. Now I do.
This sucks. Okay, maybe if I just stand still and. Okay, y'all gonna have to deal with this weird click. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it is what it is.
I don't know why it does it. I mean, like, I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Tell me if, like, you just start talking and see if you hear it.
Okay. Well, like, pretty much, I believe it's me. Like, last time we did it with, like, GNG Fan. Oh, hey, there'll always be another way. Yes, Jared, there will be another way. Yo, PacificZilla, what's up, man? Hey, we got another Pacific in here, PacificZilla. You have been replaced by another Pacific. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself now, so you start talking.
Okay, test 1 2 3. Hello, PacificZilla, Gyro. There will always be the other way. Interesting. I noticed that it still appears when I'm muted for me on your end, but it's not. The point is, I can ignore it. It's not something that's like distracting to me as much. It might be that when you're asking a question, I'll be muted, and then when I'm answering, you just mute. Maybe that'll work, because I think it's not as bad when I'm muted and then you're talking, because it's only you, and vice versa. So that's what I'm thinking.
All right, I'm gonna check on YouTube and see if this is a problem there.
I was gonna say, people in comments, does anyone hear like a weird staticky like noise at all?
Yeah, or some kind of clicking sound whenever I talk, when Pacific talks, when we're both unmuted.
Yeah, does anyone hear that, or is it just us?
Yeah, it's like, let's see, how does it go? It's Gabe's noise. Do you hear it now? Because Pacific's muted. Like even GG fan pointed this out last time. I don't know how, but it is what it is.
I noticed it too, but like I said, I can ignore it.
I'll just see real quick if this is a bug on this stream.
I noticed it too, but like I said, I can ignore it.
I'll just see real quick if this is a bug on this stream. I noticed it. And it's a bug on the stream, but it's not. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought.
I can deal with it.
All right, I guess that's fine. But next question. What is your favorite Godzilla movie?
Ooh, favorite Godzilla movie.
Of all time. If you can't decide one, you can always choose a list. Make a list.
Huh?
If you can't decide on one, you can make a top 5 or something.
Okay. Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is probably my favorite Godzilla film of all time. I have if I did a top 3, it would be Shin Godzilla would be my favorite. Then King of the Monsters, which I like King of the Monsters purely for just the action. And the story's kind of, it exists. And then after that would be Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 93.
Ooh.
Super, in my opinion, it's the best Heisei film. I'll stand by that. I think Mechagodzilla's film in the Heisei era has the most cohesive story, narrative elements. The action scenes are pretty entertaining, even if it is just all beams, except for like one melee attack because of the suit being fragile and all that. But Shin Godzilla is definitely my favorite because I love how. Okay, yeah, it's. I was gonna say how realistic, and someone could be like, "Well, it's fantasy. It's not real." But I love the realistic tone they tried to take with it. I love the message. I love that the inspiration is an actual tragic event similar to the original 54. It's literally kind of a new, it's 54 kind of for a newer age in a sense, but not on the same scale. Because something I noticed a lot with Godzilla films personally is that the meaning. Because, you have the first film that's symbolic of nuclear war, and then most films eventually, turning him to a hero for Earth. It's like, wouldn't that mean that humanity's nuclear weapons created a hero rather than cause destruction, which is kind of its own debate you could make about things, but I'm getting off topic. I like Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is my favorite Godzilla film.
Yeah, I understand that. That's such a not by choice. Like I can understand Shin. Like I understand that part. Like for Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla, I can also see that. And let me guess, King of the Monsters because of Fire Godzilla or Burning Godzilla. I keep saying Fire Godzilla all because of these fanboys.
Funny enough, it's King Ghidorah for me. I love the incarnation of King Ghidorah for the 2019 film. I love that he's actually an intimidating presence and not mind controlled. Pretty much, I'm not a fan of the mind control King Ghidorah, so I really like 2019's Ghidorah.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Destroyer in a way. Like he's aware of all the destruction he is, and just he's pretty much the I don't know, like a version of Destroyer, I guess.
I would never say that for me personally. If you ask me my most overrated kaiju, I'm not a fan of Destroyer.
I understand that. I do plan to cop it in December.
I need to get a Destroyer. All right, but what's the next? What's your favorite, real quick? I'm curious.
What's my favorite movie? Okay, I think I'll just give it top 5 because it's hard to decide. So, one of them is King of the Monsters, Shin. What was the? It was Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla vs Destroyer, and what was the other one? Frick, flip. We're talking. No, it's an interview about him. He just asked me real quick about mine. There was one more film. I forgot what it was. Okay, I said Final Wars. I said Kingdom Monsters, Destroy Monsters, Godzilla vs Destroyer. What was the other one? I guess probably it's who is on Only Birth? Crap, I'm actually paused now. I guess I would have to say either against Mechagodzilla or Tokyo SOS. Like I'd say it's hard to decide between those two because they're both in the canon in the same like Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. It's pretty much a film where like it shows how Mechagodzilla is, but for Tokyo SOS you're pretty much invested to all the characters and the kaiju's, and it's pretty much just more monster action and what happened next, and also they threw in Mothra and the twins. Neato, my friend. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep, you're right, Justin. Wait, that's
Hello. I'm terrible with names. I don't want to say Michelle. I know you went by something else.
He went by Justin. I just said it.
You went by what?
Justin.
Justin. Okay, and then
I remember.
the one and only Burb. But okay. Cool. So let's just move on to the next one.
Indeed. I know you're not a Showa fan, but I know you've seen the movies. But favorite Showa film, even though you're not a big fan of them, of any of them.
Favorite Showa film.
Like I know you hate the films or whatever, but like just
no. I don't hate the films. I don't
maybe
hate
maybe
of the Showa.
Maybe that was bigger, stronger. Okay, the Showa films are not your cup of tea. but you've seen them all.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're just not my cup of tea. I don't hate them at all. But as for my favorite, um, so when I did my whole Godzilla rewatch thing and I rewatched all the Showa films, I had a couple surprises. For one, Raids Again is god awful. I will never enjoy that film. It was the most boring film I have ever seen for a Godzilla film. And I will stand by that. Raids Again was awful. Now, my favorite, I don't know if this is a question that you were planning to ask also, but I'm just going to say this now. Funny enough, my favorite Showa design is 1955. And there's like no figures of 1955 aside from like 2 Bandais or something like that. But
I was going to ask that later.
Oh, okay. Well, I just broke it. My favorite Showa design is 1955, but I hate his movie completely.
I just saw a figure recently. I'm getting another one December. The whole set.
Gotcha. But if I had to say for a favorite Showa film, I remember Astro Monster actually being really good. I don't know if that's accurate because I haven't seen it in a year or so. But when we did our rewatch of all the films, I remember Astro Monster being really underrated and really enjoyable. So I'm gonna say Astro Monster.
Understandable. It is that movie, along with a few others, is one of the few show films I would go back to. That one I would go back to. King Kong vs. Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Terror Mechagodzilla. I'm getting off topic now, but I'll say that for another time. But Jar Production says Toho never thought from fanboys trying to connect films together when it was all about money. Who's stronger? Who's better? Toho should just make Super Godzilla and say this one can beat all Godzillas. Maybe you should have a debate video with somebody about like Pacific or somebody that knows power scaling well.
I would say that I'm not a power scaling expert. I'm very amateurish with it. Two of my friends are a lot better than me are, but I will say I would never want that, and I'm gonna say why. The reason I wouldn't want that is one, interest in the series. So the point of enjoying, take Dragon Ball for example. Dragon Ball, they constantly are throwing out new forms, new power ups, new things to keep somebody engaged somewhat because it's something new. If every god, for example, if we had Shin Godzilla and then the Godzilla after him was far weaker Godzilla, and you had one Godzilla, let's say from the 90s, as the most powerful Godzilla there is, just stated by Toho, it kind of makes it seem like, well, it's not as interesting because now the big monster on screen isn't as powerful. But two is that, yeah, they didn't expect power scaling, but power scaling isn't exactly a bad thing. It allows people to create more content, allows people to just discuss things. You can come to terms on what's more powerful, what's not. You can have discussions on it. It's a way to build interest in something more than just blind viewership of what it is. And I mean, like, Shin isn't the most powerful Godzilla. Legendary isn't the most powerful Godzilla. Burning's up there, but Final Wars is definitely up there. But I think the strongest one was from one of the comics. I think it was Marvel's, honestly. But the point is, I think power scaling is a good thing. I think for them not make, for one, I don't like Super Godzilla's design. So if it was Super Godzilla, I would not like it.
You're right, Space Godzilla.
Well, Space Godzilla was based off of him, but Space Godzilla, in my opinion, is like a super refined, polished, stylized, Godzilla versus Super Godzilla, which I just don't like how he looks. But that's just me. But the point is, I like power scaling. I think it's a good thing. And I think if they just made a definitive Godzilla, as in this is the strongest, I wouldn't like that, really.
I see. The only Burb says, gotta disagree there. I don't think it's fair to compare Godzillas and power levels. They're significantly different than to set a certain amount of power depending on the movie. Depends on the narrative.
I would agree somewhat. I mean, I get that all Godzillas are scaled in their own universe. That's a thing. To compare them in terms of power would be comparing it's not just comparing the Godzilla, it's comparing the universe that it's from. Because take Showa, let's say 64 and Heisei 91. They both fight King Ghidorah. but the versions of King Ghidorah they fight are a lot different than each other with different abilities, different power levels. Basically, they're completely different. So when you scale them, comparing them, so 64 versus 91, if one is more powerful than the other, then obviously it's going to dominate. But power scaling gets interesting when it's something that could be a close match. For example, take 2003 Godzilla or 2002 Godzilla, 2003 Godzilla versus something like 2000 Godzilla. Their universes are relatively the same, although honestly, I think 2003 has a bit higher damage output personally, but at the same time, the point I'm trying to make is that yeah, certain things comparing are just complete washes. You compare 2019 to 54, it's a no-brainer who would win. But certain ones that are close are pretty interesting.
Indeed. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, you pretty much already answered least favorite film of the show one by saying Godzilla Raids Again. But favorite film, Godzilla film from the Heisei era.
So, like I said, it's Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 93, but at the same time, Space Godzilla. For two different reasons. Space Godzilla, I do not think his movie is that well made. Yes, I will say that. But I enjoy watching it because it was my first Toho Godzilla film I've ever seen. So I have the nostalgia goggles for it. But also because, Space Godzilla is like my favorite monster. So when I watch it, just because of how much screen time he has, it's just really interesting. And as someone who loved to debate on how strong Space Godzilla is, which I will stand by and say he's the most powerful monster in the Heisei series, which I'll have another live stream eventually with Destroyer versus Space Godzilla, which that one I'm extremely excited for because I have, 3 years ago, I wrote a giant, manuscript comparing Destroyer and Space Godzilla on which one I think is more powerful, why, and everything. And I meant big manuscript. It's like 5 pages on just everything I can think of. Sorry, what?
Well, you better do it.
Oh, I plan on it. It's much more just time. But we're doing the Shin one first because, a lot of that one's a bit more misconstrued than Space Godzilla Destroyer. But now it's not a complete wash. Destroyer and Space Godzilla are pretty even in most regards, but Space Godzilla has a higher edge on. But if I'm gonna just say it short, I'm gonna get off topic again. I'm gonna save that. Point is, Space Godzilla for nostalgia reasons, but Mechagodzilla 93 would be my favorite because I think the narrative in the movie is the best.
Alright. And least favorite film of the Heisei?
Oh, real quick, before I say that, I should say, while I don't like Destroyer that much as a kaiju, I do like his film. I'm not going to say that Destroyer's film is bad. It is an enjoyable film. It's a really emotional, in a sense, film. It's a good film. Least favorite of the Heisei era would probably be Biollante. I do not care for Biollante that much. I even enjoyed Mothra's Batra film, the 90, what was it, 92? 92. Yeah, 92.
Yeah, 92.
More than Biollante. I did not enjoy. I thought Biollante was a really cool monster, a lot cooler than Mothra and I like Batra more, but I didn't enjoy Biollante as much. I mean, if you really want to include 84, I'd say 84, but 84 is kind of a weird one in the series. But
it is part of the Heisei era, so yeah.
Yeah, in that case, 84.
Alright then. Favorite film of the Millennium series?
Ooh, favorite film in the Millennium series. Tokyo SOS. I like Tokyo SOS. I think it's an underrated film. It's pretty fun to me. It's interesting. It's a lot better than its prequel, in my opinion, at least. Everyone can have different opinions, real quick. If you like Against Mechagodzilla, nothing to you. If you like it more in Tokyo SOS, I just like Tokyo SOS more. I find the movie more interesting, and even though it's the same composer as 2002, I like the music in 2003, the tracks more, especially the opening title screen. It's one of my favorites. I think there was
some new music in it.
What?
Yeah, there was some new music in 2003.
Yeah, I put the I made a video on my top 3 favorite title cards for Godzilla films, and I think the number 3 pick that I had was either number 3 or number 2 was or was it 5? I don't know. Point is, it was on the list because it's one of my favorites. So yeah, favorite Millennium film is Tokyo SOS.
Alright. least favorite film of the Millennium series?
Against Mechagodzilla, the prequel.
Oof.
I do not like that film. I do not like the main character. I do not like... Now, I will say, I love Kiryu 2002. I have the monster art of him. I love the figure. I love his abilities. I love the concept.
And you got the Godzilla recently.
Yeah, to go with him. But I do not like the movie. I do not like the main character. And for me, if I'm watching a movie and the main character is unenjoyable, I don't really enjoy most of the other aspects of it. That and Kiryu's underwhelming because when you watch the film, Kiryu goes down like every 5 seconds. Because you have Kiryu, throwing punches, throwing hands, fighting for a bit. He gets blasted once and he's out of commission for like another 20 minutes of the film, and then he's back up. So I just don't like 2002 that much.
Alright, I gotta say 2 things. Actually 3 things. 1, yeah, Gyro says in Showa, it seems normal for characters to run around and know their abilities. 2, your mic kind of glitches out a lot. It kind of has gotten worse over the time. And 3, what I must say about kaiju's in films, like most people, they like to say that Kiryu is the most powerful Mechagodzilla just because he was the most recent one. But like, yeah, that's what I don't understand. Just because there's a more recent monster and it's modernized doesn't mean it's more powerful than the previous one. You gotta look at the power scaling and stuff. Like, just because Kiryu has all these new weapons and stuff doesn't mean he's more powerful. Like, he probably the show Mechagodzilla definitely has more durability, if that's what you call it, durability against the other monsters because he got blasted multiple times by Godzilla, King Caesar, and has got thrown to the ground multiple times, and it's still gone back up easy as if nothing happened. Mechagodzilla 2, he does have strong armor, but it goes up to a point until Godzilla gets really, really hot, and knowing that, he definitely wouldn't last around burning Godzilla. And Kiryu. Oh, yes, he does have a majority of weapons, I'll give him that. He has a cool design, cool concept, but he's very weak. One hit, he's down. One atomic blast, he's down. Like, he always gets down. There's always something to be fixed about him, and he's not the best Kiryu, right? Now, Ready Player One Kiryu, he's based off the Showa and also that poster version of Mechagodzilla. He, I would say he's like just about around the same stats as Showa, between Showa and Heisei Mechagodzilla, but like, in my opinion, and based on this power scaling, Kiryu is the most weakest Mechagodzilla so far. Doesn't mean he's not the doesn't mean he's the lamest. He's still cool, but just weak. Sorry if I offend y'all, but I'm just saying my opinion here. And yes, GMK liked a different story, characters. You're right, Gyro. Gapster, the physics film breakdown. yeah. But yeah, sorry about that. I just had to say that real quick, Pacific.
No, you're good. Now, all 3... So, I don't really... I like, for Kiryu, 93 Mechagodzilla, and 70s Mechagodzilla, all 3 of them are different takes. So, you have... I was just quick, mute your mic.
Your mic, dude.
No, I was saying mute your mic really quick.
No, it's your mic. Even when I mute it, it's still bad.
Do you guys... Am I still staticky right now?
Yes. The
Okay.
clicking, the clicking disappears. It's not the clicking I'll talk about. It's like the static and stuff. You look on YouTube. You can hear yourself there.
Oh, I get the static whenever I hear you talk, so I guess it'll be for either of us. But oh well, I guess. But basically, all 3 of them are different takes on Mechagodzilla because the 90s is basically the futuristic aspect of Mechagodzilla. The 70s is the kind of... It's kind of the same as the 90s, but it's more kind of a campy style.
It's the alien
And-
one.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's the style it was made in, like, 4. And then, fuck, I cannot speak. Kiryu was supposed to be more realistic, so that's why they all had different things. Now, definitively, to me, Mechagodzilla 93 is the most powerful Mechagodzilla by far, because Kiryu is not in competition for any power of Mechagodzilla at all. I will completely agree with you on that. Even Showa will stomp Kiryu easily. No cap. He would easily beat Kiryu. I need to put that out there too. He would easily beat Kiryu. Kiryu is not that powerful. Now, Mechagodzilla 93. Now, when you said the Burning Godzilla comment, any 3 of the Mechagodzillas are going to get destroyed by Burning Godzilla. I need to put that out there too. Any Mechagodzilla is going to get destroyed. But out of all...
Mechagodzilla 2 probably... Mechagodzilla 2 could survive probably the longest if any of them were around burning Godzilla.
Yeah, I completely agree. But in terms of weaponry and defensive capabilities, Super Mechagodzilla, for example, is all-time beast. He's literally the only Mechagodzilla to practically kill Godzilla. If it wasn't for, the Rodan life hack, the Godzilla would have been dead.
And not only that, he can split into two. The Garuda and Mechagodzilla are technically separate.
Exactly. But I feel like we've kind of been going on tangent at this point. So what's the next question?
Yeah, that's it. We'll talk more about this stuff like another stream. But next question is favorite Godzilla film from the 21st century so far. So 2014 up till now, which is King of the Monsters.
Okay. Shin Godzilla. Like I said before, Shin Godzilla is my favorite. I like King of the Monsters. So going over all of them really quick, really briefly. 2014, good film, kind of misleading, but I really like the Jaws approach with it. I like 2014. King of the Monsters, really good. Oh, wait, actually, no, wait. Shin Godzilla, my favorite. Then the anime trilogy. I've only seen the first anime film. I have not seen the other two anime films. I've seen so much bad flack about them that I just really never cared to watch them. At some point, I will watch the other two. I have not seen City on the Edge of Battle and then Planet Eater or whatever it was. I have not seen those two. And then King of the Monsters, my favorite for action, but overall favorite. And it's called there's two series going on. There's the Legendary series, and then it's called it's like Reiwa Saga or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Ray series. Yeah, I heard
That's
about
what it's called right now. For that, I would say favorite Legendary films, King of the Monsters, because there's only like 4 right now, technically, or 3 technically, if you can include Kong. But Shin's my favorite.
What's weird is that somebody said that the Heisei era ended in 2019. Actually, like obviously the films are like 2000. All of them are not canceled. Like the 90s Godzilla specifically, but the Heisei era, like just the word Heisei, is like ended in 2019. I don't know. I heard somebody said that on Instagram.
It wouldn't exactly be wrong because it goes on basically a dynasty rule at the time more than it does a actual period of time, and that's why Showa is called Showa and Heisei is called Heisei. That's why they're separated. And Millennium was called that because it was the start of the new millennium. I don't know what Reiwa, whatever it's called, stands for, but I'm assuming it stands for something similar.
Pretty much the 21st century Toho films.
Yeah. But yeah, Shin's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say this real quick. 2014, it's mixed. Like, it's a good way to bring Godzilla back, but at the same time, like you said, yes, it's misleading. It's Godzilla in the title. We don't get much of Godzilla, but here's the funny thing: Godzilla King of the Monsters. It feels like he had more screen time, but no, he either had the same amount of screen time, or like a few seconds more or less than 2014. But it feels like there was more of it because the whole movie, he was they were smart about screen time. They managed to put him in all 3 acts, and pretty much the movie was centered all around him. So that's why it's pretty much it feels like there's more screen time. They were smart with this. They were smart where to put him at instead of waiting a whole hour and just cutting away from the fight. They still cut away from the fights, which they didn't fix that problem still, but they did better though. It's a big improvement for 2014 in my opinion.
I agree.
But alrighty. Okay, now you already answered the design question, but least favorite Godzilla design.
Least favorite.
Oh wait, are you? Oh wait, no, never mind. You're answering it from the Showa era. Favorite Heisei design. I forgot to say. Sorry.
So I'm assuming I'm gonna kind of get these all out of the way really quick. So
Okay.
Showa least favorite would definitely be, I think it was 67. Favorite 55. Heisei favorite is 94. Least favorite is 84. Millennium favorite is Final Wars. Least favorite is 2002. New era, whatever it's called. 21st century. Favorite design, Shin. Least favorite design, honestly, it's the new design that came out. I'm not a huge fan of the fangs. I'm not a fan of that. I would not say that it's bad. Most of the new designs I like. I love the anime Godzilla's earthiness. I actually like that. I think it looks really cool. The Snow Godzilla cameo appearance, that's a really cool look for him. Shin's fantastic, and even though I didn't like the tail at first, I've grown to love it over time. And the new one would be my least favorite, but it still looks really good. But it'd be my least favorite if I had to pick. So those are all my favorites and least favorite suits, all out of the way.
Well, at least favorite MonsterVerse one. There's two different designs.
Well, 2019. It's basically 2014 improved.
Yeah, I know, but some people do like 2014 over 2019. Hey, that's their opinion.
I get that.
Like, who knows? Maybe some people are not fans of 54 spikes. Who knows? Maybe people like the jagged spikes better, which I understand that. I understand it. That's actually pretty cool they did that. But what was I gonna say now? Oh yes. If you could change any film in any way, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. If I could change any film, what film would that be?
Like, you can change what monsters were in it. You can change the plot. You can change like what happens in it,
So that's tough because there's a lot of
or design too.
films that I would change stuff. For example, GMK, I wouldn't put Mothra and King Ghidorah in it. I'd keep it as Anguirus and Varan and Baragon because I feel like they would need more. They need more appearances than they got in the series. So I would do that. And I think it's interesting to have a Godzilla film with more monsters other than the primary ones.
Yeah, you're
In
right.
terms
I mean,
of a
it
big
pretty much be Godzilla versus the three rodents.
no. In terms of a big movie change, I mean, there's a lot of films that I'm not sure how I would change it, but I know I would. For example, Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is a good idea, but there's a lot of things I would change with it, especially the pacing. The pacing's super bad. What I would change in it first is this whole side plot with the psychic chick, Mickey or Megusa or whatever her name
Mickey.
was. I'm terrible at names. I'm not joking. I'm very bad at names. I would get rid of that because the whole plot of her being captured and stuff is kind of pointless in the end. It really
It
amounts
is.
to nothing. I'd get rid of that. I would
What would be replaced?
I have no idea. That's the thing though. I don't know how I would change. I just know I'd get rid of that plot. I would either have it be just more just Godzilla or nothing. I'd just cut that whole part entirely and make the film shorter. Something like that.
Honestly, if I were to change, like Godzilla, the Godzilla was destroying the city for a little bit. Honestly, would have extended that a little bit, or like shown the like military something chasing or looking after Godzilla or Space Godzilla or something.
Right. That I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
Real quick, if anyone's in the chat, if you have any questions, feel free to type some.
Yeah, do that because we have like a couple of viewers in here.
If you have anything you want to ask me, feel free,
Indeed. So, favorite kaiju. If you can't pick one, make a little list.
Space Godzilla.
Okay. Least favorite.
I don't want to go with the obvious and just be like, oh, it's Gabara or oh, it's Kamacuras or something like that. So I don't like doing that because obviously those are like the least popular monsters. I want to hear somebody say Ebra is their favorite monster. No one's going to really say that. So I'm going to kind of change your question a little bit, make it my least favorite, most popular, like my least favorite popular monster. So a monster a lot of people like that I'm not a big fan of. That would be...
If you're gonna do that, I'll have to ask another question after. But go on.
Oh, well, okay. Well, for my least favorite, if I just had to pick, it'd be Gabara. But for least favorite, that's kind of out there, where some people turn their heads and be like, "What? Why?"
I already know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. What do you think it is?
Destroya, because everybody loves him, and
No, I don't hate Destroya. That's the thing. I don't like Destroya. but I don't dislike Destroyer. Like,
Oh,
okay, if I had to pick a popular monster to be my least favorite, yeah, I guess it would be Destroyer.
oh, okay then. That's like that, cause like, yeah. So now since you decided to do that question, here's a new question. Um, most favorite unpopular monster, like the ones that have only had like, let's see, one film appearance or just get disliked a lot.
See, that's tough because if you said like little film appearance, I was gonna say Baragon, but one that's disliked a lot, I'd say Zilla. Zilla literally only has technically one appearance in Final Wars. I mean, if you want to, technically I include 98 too, but Zilla would be my least favorite monster that's divisively hated. Um, or my favorite monster that's divisively hated, and my favorite monster that's just, yeah,
Not popular.
not in a lot of movies. Baragon, not popular. Zilla. Those would be my two.
I see. I mean, Baragon has he's technically been in 3 movies actually.
Oh right, that's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, Shaw Monsters, and GMK.
Yeah, and Zilla's been in 2 in the whole series.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Um. Okay, let's see.
They say not too consistent.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not It depends on what you mean by consistent. Do you mean like the story? Do you mean the monster fights? The
like the
Godzilla's
character, just
growth?
the character itself. Like for example, like it could be the design. It's just the character itself and like what it does and stuff.
No. I was answering. Or I was commenting on Gyro's question.
Oh, what did you ask?
He said Heisei was not too consistent. So I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it was more like a TV show and blunt story. I
Oh,
mean, it was chronological. Like it followed a set path. Each of the stories were kind of different, yeah, but I mean, all the stories were linked together. That's the only thing that the Heisei series has that no other series really had as much. Was that all the films were linked to one another in some way. I mean, take King Ghidorah's head, Mecha King Ghidorah, Mecha Godzilla, Mogira. All of those were linked because of King Ghidorah. You have Little Godzilla, Godzilla Jr. That's a link. Godzilla's growth in the series. That's a link. I mean, it just depends. But I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like. And then you have recurring actors, which there were a lot of.
yeah. There's this one. The general has appeared from the Heisei and all the way to the Millennium series. I think he was also in Shin Godzilla, which that's actually pretty insane.
Yeah. I was reading Gyro's comment. He said like Space Godzilla had no definitive origin. Yeah,
Yeah,
technically they gave him 2 different origins, but that's something I liked because it was
those are just
into the
theories.
history of it. But I feel if you had to pick an origin, the Biollante one would make more sense considering Space Godzilla's design. But
Yeah, it would have made more sense because Violante it does have she does have Godzilla cells and she did go up into space, so it would have made more sense than Mothra's flesh attached Godzilla's flesh attached to Mothra. Because in the end she dies. She like literally died. Doesn't she die?
yeah, well, no, she flies. Oh well, Biollante I think just turns into like a weird spirit thing.
Yeah, and Mothra, didn't she die?
No, Mothra just flew into space to fight some kind of asteroid. Which, when I was younger, I was like saying, "Oh, that asteroid was Space Godzilla, and Space Godzilla killed Mothra." But that was like my own headcanon I created when I was younger. Also, as for Gyro saying they should at least saw characters like Heisei Gamera, I have not seen the Heisei Gamera trilogy, but from everyone that everyone's told me, for example, a Sam called Sam is somebody who is a very advent fan of it that I know of. Uh Everyone says that's better than Heisei Godzilla series, so if everyone's saying that unanimously, I will agree with them. I'm not going to argue on something I've
Well,
seen.
some of the movies, yes, some like the Gamera Guardian Universe is definitely better than Godzilla '84 and Godzilla vs Biollante, and yeah, probably better than Godzilla Battle for Earth.
Right.
Like it's up there with Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla 2. Not so far up as Godzilla vs Destroyer, but really pretty close.
Yeah.
And also, I like Gaios, like the Heisei version, because it kind of reminds me of the Muto.
Yeah, like I've seen it. Like I said, I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on anything about it.
Let's see. which since you decided to bring up Gamera's, I guess I'm heading to this a bit early. So let's see. Favorite non-Godzilla movie? It could be King Kong. It could be. I mean, well, it can't really be Gamera since you haven't seen the movies.
Assuming you mean like kaiju related or just
Yeah,
in general?
kaiju, like Pacific Rim, the Ultraman movies or whatever. The non-Godzilla movies like Rodan, Mothra, pretty much anything from the Kiryu saga or anything like that.
Got it. So sorry, just like give me a second. I gotta think about it. Cause I had a point. So right. Like I said, I haven't seen many of the Gamera films really, so I can't comment on those. Ultraman, I've only seen like 6 episodes of Ultraman Z. That's about all my knowledge of Ultraman. Pacific Rim definitely would be my favorite kaiju film that isn't Godzilla. Pacific Rim, the first film, not the second one. The first one was incredible to me. And I remember I watched it and I instantly fell in love with it, bought the game for PS3, unlocked all the kaiju, bought DLC kaiju, played the hell out of it. Definitely Pacific Rim.
Yes, they got some interesting kaijus too. Let's see. Anything from the Kiryu saga?
What do you mean from the Kiryu saga?
Okay, so there's technically another Godzilla series in a way. It's called the Kiryu saga. The Kiryu saga includes the Mysterians. No, Rodan first, and I think the Mysterians. Mothra. Fuck, what was the other one? The that Manda movie, and Goroth.
Gargantuans?
Yeah, Gargantuans, Goroth. King Kong escapes. What was
People are gonna be like, I'm not a real Toho fan. I've never seen any Toho film that wasn't a Godzilla film, like monster wise.
Let's see.
I've never seen Mothra, Rodan, Gargantuans, Mysterians, the one film that had Gazora in it. None of them.
Oh yeah, Space Amoeba is also part of it. Godzilla 54 is part of it, and then
I mean, I've seen 54.
of course, and then afterwards is Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, then Godzilla Tokyo SOS, and that was the conclusion of the Kiryu saga.
Yeah, I haven't seen like any of them.
I mean, technically, you already seen 3 movies.
Well, technically speaking, then yeah, but not movies that don't include Godzilla in them that are kaiju related. My knowledge is basically just Peter Jackson King Kong, Skull Island King Kong,
You haven't
and
seen those?
Pacific Rim.
Oh, never mind, you did.
That's about it. So yeah, Pacific Rim.
Let's see. Yeah, I understand that. Yes. Favorite King Kong movie? There's different ones. The 1933 one, the Song of Kong, King Kong vs Godzilla.
Skull Island. Skull Island and Peter Jackson are the only 2 I've seen, and I enjoyed Skull Island more. So Skull Island.
Yeah, I understand that.
Peter Jackson film was weird to me. I didn't hate it, but when I watched it, it was funny enough. When it came out, I had this weird like audio book kind of thing for it that displayed a bunch of different creatures with a noise and a bio about them. And I loved that book to death and back, but I never saw the movie when I was younger. Then when I did see the movie, I found that the beginning half of it, when they're on the island with the whole tribal people and stuff, was very boring and drawn out. But then the movie got a lot better as it went on. It was a really good film, but I liked Skull Island more still.
It was. Well, because technically 2005 was supposed to be a remake of the 1993 one.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, 1933.
I mean, I know it's completely. Well, Skull Island is a completely different
It
Kong
is.
story than the like original Kong. It's completely different, but I just like the way it went. Also, Gyro, Productions.
Read the
Yeah.
comments I've been reading.
Yeah, I've been reading them as we're said that I like Heisei Gamera films because they have similar camera angles to Shin, which is good. I like Shin Gamera.
Yeah, Gyro's right. You definitely would like the Heisei Gamera if you like the Shin angles.
Everyone's been saying it, so I don't see why I wouldn't.
Okay, how about this? Do you have Discord?
I do.
All right, one of these days, the whole group, and we gotta watch the Gamer movies. We gotta get you into the Gamer stuff.
You found a way to watch them all together because we used to watch stuff on a website called Rabbit, but Rabbit is no longer a thing.
We got the archive, we got YouTube, we got the show era, and like, and plus I have all the movies.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I could stream them, or somebody else could stream it. Yeah, so like we can like get the whole gang, we can get the whole group and just watch it there.
Yeah, don't see why not.
Yeah, and then and then you can make your own Gamer videos and stuff, and maybe Gamer debate.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny for me personally because so back like I've had my YouTube channel for 5 years now, I think, and back well, thanks, I guess. Because I quit like a year ago. I literally quit for like a whole year because I honestly, the reason I quit was a combination of 3 different things. So I don't. Real quick before I say this, is this some kind of question? Is this a question that you have at all on why I don't like do YouTube videos at all anymore? Really? Because I don't want to say answer.
Well, mainly the question was gonna be. I already knew the answer, but like if I was gonna ask it, the question would have been why aren't you active that much on YouTube? I never thought you quit. I just thought you just weren't active like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of answer that now. Or do you want me to wait? Or do you want me?
No, we can do it now because I'm technically done with all the movies. Since yeah, we'll do up the movies. We can talk about that. Then we'll move on to figures.
I can't wait for the figure one. But okay, so I quit YouTube about a year ago. Like I only do box videos now, but I did that for 3 reasons. The biggest reason was time. Well, not per se. Actually, that's a lie. The biggest reason was burnout. I got burned out of making Godzilla videos. I really did. It happened really quickly, really fast, and I was tired of it. I was not enjoying it that much, which is a common thing that happens to a lot of creators is burnout, where you just get tired of making a subject. And it wasn't just Godzilla, it's more just making videos in general was not something I found enjoyable anymore. I really got tired of it. But while that was happening, I still enjoyed making videos while it was happening, though. So it was kind of, if it was just burnout, that would not be the only reason I would stop making videos because I had plans for other things I was going to do that burnout wasn't part of, basically. Like I was going to take a short break and then come back. The other 2 things, which the biggest one is just real life. I graduated high school. I was in my senior year. I had a lot of stuff going on in school, in my personal life. I worked now. I wasn't just a kid at home making videos. I had a job. I had schoolwork to do. I'm in college currently, and just real life. I have a girlfriend. I have family stuff to worry about, and moving out, money. A lot of real life stuff was just in the way of making videos, and I couldn't. Out of when I had free time, this is where the burnout part came in. When I had free time, I did not have the motivation to want to make a video on anything. Now, recently, I've been more interested in it. I've been kind of building back in it. I kind of want to make videos again. But now it's kind of even harder because of time with real life, like I said. So it was actually 2 reasons, not 3. It was burnout and then just real life of why. And will I eventually make videos again? Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm still making like just collection updates and boxing videos, but at some point I want to, and like I said with the live stream thing that I plan on doing, I want to make videos about some power scaling somewhat, but I also want to make more theory videos. No more tributes. I did tributes for a while, and they were really fun to do but no, I've grown out of that. I still have people commenting on even recent videos that I've had, like unboxings, asking me for a tribute for like, do a tribute for Gauss, do a tribute for this kaiju, and I don't do tributes anymore. But yeah, so the reason why I stopped doing YouTube, real life and burnout.
Oof. Well, hopefully things go off that move out and you can come back soon.
Hopefully, right?
Indeed. So now you guys know why he doesn't upload much besides the unboxings. Yeah, me too. I've been kind of slacking also, but at the same time, I still make a little time, even though I don't put too much time. But like at least every day or week I put in like just a little bit of work. I could be just editing one scene, but yeah. Or I explained this to Jara earlier. Like I focus on one thing, not just focus on another thing. Like Project Mechagodzilla. Besides the voice acting issue, I keep focusing on another episode and stuff when I didn't even finish the first episode, which is kind of annoying. I keep going from one thing to another.
Right. I mean, the reason I do unboxing videos, I mean, I don't even do unboxing videos for every figure I get. Like, for example, I
Either.
recently got the NECA Shin, the regular 89, the regular 2003. I could have done another triple unboxing, but I didn't because I didn't have time to. I had midterm projects due that had to work on. I just didn't really want to do it. I wanted to just, and I got NECA 85. Like, I just want to open the figures, have them set up and everything, and that was it. The reason I normally would do unboxing videos is because they're really quick and easy. All I do is prop up my camera, record me talking, opening up the figure, looking at it, and commenting on it, and that's it. Then I just make a thumbnail, upload the thumbnail with it, and that's the video. It's not complicated. It's not a bunch of editing process. It's super simple. And it's something quick that I can do. Same thing with collection updates. I can do them pretty quickly because it's just me panning over my collection that I have and either talking about it or just putting music in the background with a thumbnail. They don't take a lot of time to make, so they're something that I can do with my relatively busy schedule that I have.
Yeah, it's not like you're like not providing or doing anything at all. You're technically still on the platform, but just not super edit and stuff like that.
I mean, if I had time, if I wasn't like if I had time to make videos, I would definitely start making videos again because there's a lot of stuff that I would want to do, and my hope is that now that I'm starting to get back into it, I'm going to be doing that again because I really was pumping out videos a lot. I have a decent amount of videos on my channel and I have all these different series that are kind of, some of them are amateurish. For example, I had like a fantasy battle thing where I would compare two different kaijus, and I did one with Destroya and Space Godzilla. It was like one of my first few videos that I did, and it was just me reading off a printed paper in front of a camera on what I thought about them two fighting. Now, with everything I know now, I could make an actually decent video comparing the two in a fight and everything. And there's so much that I can still do. My video game series I did, which is like video game history of a character, I can still do that now. Like, well, no, not right now, but I can continue because the only two kaiju I have in that is I think Kiryu and it's like Kiryu, Megaguirus, and I think Godzilla 98 are the only three. It's either three or two that I have in that series where I go from like the first game they're into the most recent. I could do more videos like that. I just need more time, basically.
Let's see. You just gave me a really good idea if you're willing to collab.
Sorry, what?
Like, you're trying to collab sometime because I got some ideas. You just gave me an idea.
Yeah, I'd be definitely down to do more collabs. Like this interview, for example. I find these fun. I used to interview a lot of people on YouTube that were in the Godzilla community. A few that come to mind are the last one I did was Super Unimportant Reviews, which I'm still friends with Steve and Arnez in real life, in a sense. I'm friends with them on Facebook and stuff. We talk occasionally. I include like repaints and stuff like that of figures because I have two figures that are on the way at some point, which are two custom Mutos. I'm gonna have Steve repaint for me and everything. I'm commissioning him to do that. Um, I interviewed Rich Iso and had a huge talk about what we thought about the community, Super Mario Zilla. At the time, Goji Fan 93. At the time, Gojira 2000. At the time, even smaller people. Louis Duran isn't small anymore, but Louis Duran, a guy named the Poster 64, who I interviewed him because he was one of my favorite and first YouTubers for Godzilla stuff that I saw. And I really wanted to interview him because I loved his videos. They were like small, simple videos about figures, but he was one of the first people, and I really enjoyed it. But it's like I used to interview so many people, and like doing this, it's fun. It's really fun getting to learn about somebody else in the community. So like now you're doing this, it's really cool. Like that's why. Then first off, I've been dying to be interviewed by somebody.
Well, congratulations, you got one now.
Well, thank you.
Yes, but like, let's talk about that collab later, probably, just for surprises. But
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah, let's talk about figures now. So what was your first ever figure from any line you ever gotten? Like your very ever first Godzilla figure you ever bought, or your parents bought for you?
Actually, still have my first figure that I have. It's the Bandai Creation
Bandai Creation what now? Pacific?
Did I drop out or something? Can you hear me? Hello?
I have no idea what happened there, but I heard you
Can you
say
hear me?
Bandai Creation got it. Yeah, I hear you now. I'm on my computer now.
No, no, that was my fault. I got a text, and when I clicked on it, it took me away from this, and I thought it'd still be like I could still hear you. So that was my fault.
It's fine. I'm gonna stay on the computer for a bit because I need to let my phone charge and cool down anyway.
Okay.
So Bandai Creation what?
Bandai Creation Godzilla 2004 was my first Godzilla figure. Well, so I have a funny story, as
Ooh.
that's like a catchphrase that I have with a lot of things on my first Godzilla figures. So technically, I had 3 Godzilla figures to start with when I was like 6. I had the Bandai Creation Godzilla 2004, the Bandai Creation Destroya, and the
Ooh.
Bandai Creation, like it was like one of the Smash Strike play sets or something like that, like Crumble City or Destruction City, something like that, of the Burning Godzilla, the one that came with like Burning Godzilla, Destroya, aggregate form, not the GMK one, it's the other Destruction City. I had the Burning Godzilla. So
Oh.
I lost the Burning Godzilla when I was a kid. No idea what happened to it, but I lost it. It was something my cousin gave me, and I lost it. I still have the Godzilla 2004 to this day. He's at the bottom of my shelf. He's missing 2 of his back spines, but I still have him. And Destroya is. I literally had that figure for 20 minutes because my grandmother is very religious, and this is a funny thing for Destroya.
Oh
My
no.
grandma is very
All right.
religious, and when and I'm not saying this to go against, like, like if you're religious or you don't like Destroya, that's fine. You do you. But as a kid, my grandma paid me money to throw out my Destroya figure after I brought it home because it was demonic.
Uh, that's the first. I've been waiting for something like to hear that from somebody. Like Destroya, like is kind of demon or offensive to like religion. That's you're actually the first. I've been waiting for years to hear something like that.
Yeah, my grandma literally so I bought him for like $12, or I think is what the Bandai Creations were at the time, something like that, 12 or $8 or $9. She gave me 20 for
18,
it.
I think.
It was a lot more than it costed. So obviously I wasn't like dying, but it was at Kmart when I bought the figures. Went back when Kmart used to be a thing. They had so many Bandai Creations. Rest in peace, Kmart. But yeah, I had to throw out my Destroyer because it was demonic.
Jeez.
But Godzilla 2004 is the only one I still have of the original 3.
Damn. Kind of sad now because I sold my all time. Yeah, Jared just said something that you could have done. I probably would have done the same thing. Just did it.
Yeah, I was like 5 or 6, and having my grandmother yell at me because of something wasn't exactly making me feel confident in digging out a figure she said was demonic. Nowadays, if that happened, which it wouldn't, but if that for some reason happened, of course I would do that. But as like a 5-year-old, when my grandma tells me to do something, I do it. Kind of, it's just the way it is when you're a little kid.
5-year-old me would definitely 5-year-old me would have agreed, but they wait for the right time to snatch it back and hide it for a long time, as long as possible.
Yeah, can you still hear me, by the way?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can't believe that happened, though. Like, rest in peace. I still don't have a Destroyer figure to represent him to this day.
Let's see. Okay. Next question. Let's see. To start debate, to start talking about Bandit creation. Favorite Bandit creation figure.
Oh, well, that was static. You said favorite Bandai creation figure?
Yes.
Hmm. Favorite Bandai creation figure? That's tough. Um, Funny enough, it's one that I do not own. There's one Bandai creation that I don't own that I've wanted for so long and never been able to find for a good price. And that is the 12-inch Bandai creation Gigan 2004. It is one of the few figures that I want that is not a monster art. There's two Bandais in particular that I want that I don't have that are not monster arts, which is Death Ghidorah and Bandai Creation Gigan 2004. Now, as for Bandai Creation that I own, my favorite would probably be 2004 Godzilla.
Wow. I I actually did at some point want got that guy again, but then I got the Chikoku one. I have plans on getting the Monster Arts one. It doesn't really, I don't really see the need for it. If I do cop one for cheap, I'm probably gonna sell it later on for profit reasons,
He could
and it'll be
love
free shipping, Gyro.
How dare you, Gyro? I have the Kiryu and Godzilla. All I need is the damn Gigan. I would love to get him for under $200, $100. Get him for like 40. If anyone was selling him for $40, which is what it's worth, because for the price they sell it, you could just get the X Plus and you'll be happy with that.
Yeah, good luck. Find it for $40.
Yeah, I wish that I could find it for that price.
Oh man, but let's see. Oh yeah, favorite Bandai Japan figure, one that you own and one that you don't own. Oh wait, no, hold on. Least favorite Bandai creation figure.
Least favorite
Oh
Bandai
jeez.
creation. Oh, I like the tail. I like the spiral tail. Least favorite Bandai creation will probably be what everyone says, the Hedorah. Hedorah is probably my least favorite. It's not exactly a cool figure. It's kind of exists, and that's about it. Like
I
a
mean, I can kind of agree. I understand why, but like if I had to choose one, it would probably be the first Godzilla 54 figure. I don't know. He's just too fucking skinny, and those about to be angry someone like they probably should have just made 55
yeah. I mean,
anorexic.
he doesn't look bad in my opinion. I mean, to be fair, I never seen him in person, but I don't even remember what he looks like. But yeah, I remember he was really skinny. That was a little weird.
The original Bandai 54.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll send it to you. Yep, just like Jaro said. Fucking paperweight.
I'm telling you though, I want that Gigan. He said the tail. I don't care about the tail. I want that Gigan. Hey, how many? I don't mean to cut this short on time, but how many more questions do we have?
I mean, we just got to the figure parts, and I did want to include guys from the group in here, like they said, like I said. So
Yeah, but I have to wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. That's why I'm asking.
okay, I won't make this too long. Okay,
I mean, I'm okay right now, but only maybe like 2-3 more questions max, because I can't be staying up super late. I mean, you try going to bed at 11, waking up at 4, and feeling energized.
I mean, I could,
Well,
but anyway,
I can't. I try and I oversleep for work, and that's not a good thing.
okay, what I do is I have my phone on the alarm. I hide it somewhere in my room, so like I'll be asleep, and the ring will get so annoying that I just have to get up and find it, or put it somewhere high where I have to reach for it or something, and I'll be awake right there. I'll have energy and shit.
See, I do that, but then once I grab my phone, I shut off the alarm, I fall back asleep with my phone unlocked. So that don't work for me. Trust me, I've tried everything. I just need to go to bed at a certain time. But what's the next question while we're doing this?
Next question. Okay, what's your favorite monster arts that you have?
Ooh, see, that's a tough one. Probably
Can
King
make a
Ghidorah
list too.
2019. He's not the most movable, but his presence is incredibly great. I love the Monster Art 2019 Ghidorah. His presence. A lot of people complain about the wings and stuff. His presence alone on the shelf, it looks so good to me that I really don't care. It's like a mini X plus. Minus, I mean, yeah, he's missing some paint, but he looks great to me.
Let's see. All right, favorite, not favorite, but least favorite monster arts figure that you own.
Mechagodzilla 74. No.
Understandable.
Mothra 2019.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest fuck ups.
Very disappointing figure. Now, it looks nice on the shelf. It pops, but I'm into accuracy, and it's not. I mean, to be fair, I could say I'm into accuracy, and then on the same side, be like, I love 2004 Gigan when 2004 Gigan isn't accurate. But the Mothra is just the fact that you can't display her for a long period of time because the wings are gonna eventually fall off. That's just bad design. I don't know what else to say about
Same
that.
thing happened to the same thing can happen to the NECA one too. That happened when somebody was on Instagram. They were hella pissed off. Like the Mothra wing broke, and he only played for like once or twice, and after like a year or something, it broke.
I mean, my Mothras haven't had any problems yet. I have both of them, and I will say that my regular one is loose. It's been loose when I got it, though. But I haven't had
There's
any
a way you can tighten
issues.
stuff.
Because they're swivels. They're not ball joints like the Monster Arts are. So
Okay, never mind that then.
they're a bit tighter. They're not exactly like, ironclad, but they work. I prefer the neck of Mothra over the Monster Art, though, if I had to pick one.
Definitely.
But I'm a 2019 completionist for Monster Art and NECA, which actually I'll get to next. I feel like is one of your questions the one Monster Art that I need the most or want the most or something like that I don't have. I can tell you right now, I need the poster 2019 because he's the only 2019 Monster Art that I do not have. Once I get him, I have every poster 2019 or every 2019 Monster Art.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Oh, hey, Rodan. Yes. Oh, what's your opinion on the Monster Arts and NECA bootleg figures that are out there?
Well, I think the 64 King Ghidorah looks nice. The Mothra and Rodan are cool if you want to repaint them. Other than that, the Godzilla's trash. I don't know who would buy that, but the Godzilla's terrible.
Yeah, 2019 was shit. The Rodan one and Mothra, they're okay, I guess. But I think I don't remember if this was super unimportant reviews, but maybe it was him. But he took the Mothra and custom painted it to look blue, the bootleg one, which actually looked pretty nice.
That was super unimportant reviews.
And this is gonna be really surprising to say, but the bootleg Mothra looks a little bit better than the official one, which is actually pretty shocking to say that a bootleg actually beat the shit out of the original.
No, I agree with that. I think that the bootleg. Well, I haven't seen up close on the bootleg, but I do think the bootleg doesn't look bad. But I mean, if it's based off of the Monster Art Mothra, it doesn't exactly look terrible. I mean, like someone in the comments said, Rodan sculpt. Sculpt looks really good, but I like the NECA for a different. I like the Monster Arts Rodan and Rodan and the NECA Rodan for different reasons because you can't really move the Rodan's wings down. Same with the Mothras, you can't flap her wings down at all to get a flying thing pose.
the NECAs you can. So I have my Rodan, one with his wings kind of up and the other one with his wings spread down like he's flapping. But yeah.
Let's see.
Can you hear me? I
Yes,
put on
sir.
headphones, so that's why I'm
And
asking that.
yeah, the guy that said that his name is actually Rodan. But anyways, next question. What's your opinion? Bless your coffee, whatever that was. But what's your opinion on like, what's your thoughts about NECA losing the license and now Playmates has the master license for American Godzilla figures so far?
So, since I've recently gotten into NECAs, I would have loved to see NECA continue because their 89 2003 are really good compared to their other figures. I mean, you compare their 89 to their 94, and it's a joke comparison. Their 89 is so much better, and I would love to see, because they gave people an opportunity to collect cheap and expensive, really Godzilla, but also pretty good, detailed, articulated Godzilla figures for cheap. You know, people have a chance to own 84 now. People have a chance to own a Shin Godzilla now. People have a chance to own, what is it, like a 2002, 3 Godzilla, that kind of thing, 62. They have a chance to own a decently articulated, decent paint job, detailed Godzilla figure. And Playmates, well, does not offer that. Now, NECA had the choice to renew the license. They didn't just lose it. They had a choice to renew it if they wanted to. They didn't want to. So that's why they gave it up for Playmates. Now, Playmates is kind of, now I don't know why they did that. Maybe it was a money thing. Maybe it was hard to maintain the license. Maybe the line wasn't doing as well as their Predator Alien lines. Who knows? But Playmates is, I mean, at least have just Bandai Creations made again. At least do that, because they're just not good. They're not. You look at, the only Playmates I say is decent are the Kong and Skullcrawler that are out right now. That's about it, because that gives people a chance to own Skullcrawler and Kong, but they're Godzillas. You look at their 2004s, they're ugly, they're horrible. Their Shin has become a meme among many people. Space Godzilla doesn't even have painted eyes or anything. Destroya has almost no paint to it. The Playmates figures are just terrible. They're good for, like, if you're a collector, Playmates is, like, horrid. But if you're, like, a little kid, you know, getting into Godzilla's figures, that kind of thing, and you still bash your toys, kind of thing like that, I think Playmates is good. But I honestly think that there needs to be two different lines running. Now, I know Playmates has a idea of a collector line for their Godzilla figures. They want to do a collector line for people that collect Godzilla figures that aren't children that bash their toys together. But based on their record for their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which a lot of people that I've seen talk about that have said that their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collector line was very bad, it doesn't exactly boost confidence, but you know, they are just starting out. And I mean, when NECA started out, they were pretty bad too. The 94 was not really a good figure. I will say that. Excuse me. When they started out too, they weren't the best in 2014. Maybe Playmates will get better. That's all I can hope for, because so far they're even worse than when NECA started.
Understandable. What was the next question?
All right, I probably have time for one more. This is probably my last one.
All right, then should I just get the other guys in here after the question, or are you gonna dip?
I'm gonna dip after we end. Like, you know, I'll be like, adios, goodbye, that kind of thing.
Oh, all right.
Like, I gotta do one more question, then I gotta head to bed.
All right, last question. Let me think of a very, very good one. Okay. Thoughts about the brand new anime Godzilla or movie, or I don't remember what it was. Is it a movie or TV show?
I have no idea. all I know about that before you ask that, all I know about that is the picture. That's about it. I have no idea if it's a TV show movie, but as for what I think about it, I think it'd be pretty interesting. I'm one of the few people that actually okay. I know I haven't seen all three of the anime movies, but I have seen the first one, and I enjoyed the first Godzilla anime movie. I enjoyed Planet of Monsters or whatever it was called, the first one. I haven't seen the other two though, but I enjoyed the first one. So hopes are, and I'm a big anime fan. You know, like you, my whole entire room is littered with art for Dragon Ball stuff that I made throughout the years and all this other stuff. I'm a huge anime person. So hopes are they do it right. If they want to go in a 3D animation route, they should take up 3D animation similar to Beastars. If anyone knows what that is, it's another anime that uses 3D animation, and they do that for Godzilla. I would not complain because the 3D animation actually looks really good. If they, I just hope it'll be better, well received. I'm surprised they went with another one after the Outlash or Outbreak or whatever. Of people who didn't like the original anime trilogy that came out for the three Netflix movies or the three movies in general, but a lot of people didn't like those. I was very surprised that they were doing another one, but you know. Hope that Godzilla looks really cool. Hope we get some cool figures of him, and I hope this series is pretty good.
Hopefully, Monster Arts does a good one. They better not fuck this one up. Because they already fucked up Shin for everybody.
I heard that Godzilla Earth is a really good monster art.
Okay, he is. I'm
I mean, if you got Shin Awakening.
Damn it.
Because like I have Shin Awakening, and Shin Awakening is basically everything Shin is, but better paint, better. Actually comes with accessories. I mean, I like my Shin. Like having the NECA Shin and the Monster Art Shin. If you're somebody that thinks the NECA Shin is better than the Monster Art Shin, you have never held or seen a Monster Art Shin because they are not comparable. If you can get the Monster, I got my Monster Art Shin for around $90. Well worth it. Well worth it. It's a great figure. It puts the NECA one to shame because the NECA one's hideous.
Yeah, NECA one.
I still like it.
The NECA one is merely if you just want a Shin in general in your collection, you don't really give much of a shit about it, and you just want a Shin just to say you have a Shin, then get the NECA one, I guess. If you don't really want to spend all that money, but if you want a really good Shin and you have plans for it, like pictures, just to have as a collection, a Mad Monsters collector, film or stop motion maker, then go get the Monster Arts one. That's your guy. But just be aware that the paint is going to be really shit in a way.
Well, it depends, you're gonna, everyone's different. They did a reissue of the Shin Godzilla, and the reissue fixed most of the paint issues. Most of them, for some. It's basically a 50-50 if you got a really good figure, really bad figure. Mine's on the good end. I mean, it has a little bit of dirt buys, but it isn't that bad. But I will say NECA creating a Shin Godzilla is a good thing because aside from the monster, what other Shin Godzillas are there? You have the Bandai, and then NECA, and then Playmates. Out of all three of those, the NECA is a lot better than them. So they did good with that at least.
Yeah, and it also that's pretty much the cheapest super articulated Shin Godzilla that's currently on the market. Besides actually no, not besides, literally cheapest. I'm trying to look for some in-hand pictures. Let's see. SH Monster Shin Godzilla in hand. What?
Well, it is 10:30 my time, good sir.
Oh my god!
I have to depart.
Yo, dude.
What?
You gotta see, bro. I have a chance. I got a fucking chance, dude. Oh, nobody. I hope. Please don't fucking share this. I'm trusting you with this, dude. Can I trust you with this? And you won't do any. You won't share this around?
If it's a deal for a Monster Art Shin, I own all of them.
Well, it's a figure you already own, but like.
Exactly. I'm not gonna try to steal it from me. I promise.
All right, look
cut out my audio really quick, so hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely. Hold on.
Okay, I saw it. It looks good.
Yes.
It's not a
Hey,
terrible
Jared, I'll
price.
show you this. Actually, no, I'm not showing you, Jared. I already know you're gonna cop this if I show you it. Nah. And no, I can't cop it. I just spent money on another figure, so
It doesn't look
this will be
bad.
my next figure.
Just make
What?
sure that it looks. Just make sure that it has. Well, just make sure that it has all the stuff for it. Like, if
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
want a
ask the
box,
question.
make sure it has a box. Make sure it has accessories. That kind
I
of
don't really care about the box. I don't really care about the box. I just need him and all the accessories.
Gotcha.
But yo, I
Well,
should have fucking.
I
What's up?
I got a dip. I'm trying. I gotta.
Alrighty, so
I gotta get out of here.
Pacific
Basically.
has. Alright, looks like Pacific actually has to dip now. Everybody. I'll see if the other guys still want to like hop on another stream or something. But yeah. So it was nice having you on here on Pacific. And if you're willing to call tomorrow so we could talk about this collab idea that I have, we can do that tomorrow.
Absolutely. If I get a chance, I definitely will. I appreciate you having me on here
Yeah, you may
tonight
like
for the
this
interview.
idea.
It was really fun, and I enjoyed it. I'm
Yes, you may
sorry
like
that I
this
had to
idea.
dip early. If it was
Chill.
started earlier, like if the stream would start earlier, we probably would have been able to finish my questions. But I'm not.
Yeah, sorry, but one of the reasons
I gotta get going, basically. But
one
it
of
was a pleasure being on here.
let's see.
Yeah.
So subscribe to Pacific Goji. Motivate him to come back to YouTube. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment. Be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next stream, which may start in a few minutes, depending if anybody else wants to like go live with me. And goodbye.
Take care, people.